Thank you for that really kind introduction, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Avis Charles, and I am the CEO of Avis Charles Associates. We're a strategic fashion consultancy which works with designers to help them to develop the creative direction of their brands. I'm also the founder of Kivu, which is a company that produces really beautiful scarves, which the profits go towards a charity that we support called Women for Women International. As your final speaker today, I hope it's not because I'm the eldest here. And let's just hope it's because I've actually got a long history in the fashion industry. I will really try not to bore you. So I'm always amazed at the glowing introductions that I get before I come on stage that I sometimes receive. And yet in my heart, it sounds as if I've accomplished a lot, but to me, I don't kind of feel as if I have. I think it's because the fashion industry, there is always so much going on, and there's always so much to learn. And even at my young age, I still feel that I still have a lot to learn. And listening to the students and also listening to Ade as well, I really do applaud you for what you're doing, because I know how hard this industry, I seriously know how hard this industry is. However, there isn't anything else I would do in the world than be in this particular industry. The industry consists of so many pieces and layers that are meshed together that people create brands. And we have an emotive connection to the things that we buy. It seems so easy for us to go out and spend our money, without a second thought. And that's basically what branding and what Ade's been doing as well, and what you'll all be doing in regards to when you want people to come to you. So let me take a step back. And in fact, it was 46 years ago when I attended London College of Fashion. LCF was then, and it still is now, one of the best fashion universities in the world. I'm not biased, it's actually true. It's really assisted in laying the foundation for the career that I have today. However, before that, the scene was set by my mother and father, who came over from Jamaica in the 50s to build a new life in England. My mother was an English teacher who, in her spare time, made dresses for friends and family, whilst my father was a tailor who ran his own business. It was my wonderful parents that really taught me the appreciation of fashion in all its guises, thus giving me a career and a business that is challenging, wonderful, stressful, fun, sometimes financially unstable, but really it's worth the investment, and both monetary and personally. Dennis names this presentation How to Work with High-Profile Designers and Stay Relevant. So I'll try and stick to the point. Well, the first thing is that most designers require you to sign a non-disclosure agreement, so I won't be giving away any secrets tonight. But let's be clear, all designers are aiming to be recognized as high-profile. So personally, I work with them to reach this goal by staying focused on the work that I have been requested to do. Regardless of whether the individual is a celebrity, an emerging designer, or the creative director of a luxury brand, I need to be a valuable asset to them by bringing expertise, creativity, professionalism, and an attitude to achieve the best work. It's really easy to get carried away with the fact that you're working with somebody that's famous or with a well-known brand. However, you need to realize that you are there to work and that it's not about making a name for yourself. This will happen naturally anyway. As long as you are brilliant at what you do, referrals and the recognition come along anyway. Our business doesn't advertise at all. Every single bit of business that we have had has been by referral. In fact, working with high-profile designers is more about you than it is about them. You need to focus on raising your game consistently by being on top of what is happening in the industry, putting the designer and the brand first, but without compromising your integrity, and whilst doing this, ensuring that there is mutual respect at all times. And that is actually quite important, because if you're working with somebody that's well known, Sometimes you may feel that you have to bow to everything that they say. I'm not one of those people, which is surprising why I still actually have a business. Look at yourself as if you are developing a new product. Plan your journey strategically, as if you were writing a business plan. When I opposed to asked my parents about going into the fashion industry, they kind of raised their eyebrows and their voices actually, explaining that this was neither a real job or a secure future. You need to understand something. I'm the youngest of 7 children. I'm born in England. Unlike my siblings who were born in Jamaica, who were graduates, a lawyer and engineers, so fashion was kind of not on their radar. My mother and father practically lost their mind, but anyway, here I am. I can still hear myself saying to my father, "But Dad, you're a tailor." And he said, "Yes, and I work all the hours around the clock, and I don't want that for you." I understand that now, and I still work all the hours around the clock, but that's what it is. Anyway, after much insistence on my part, they agreed to help me plan my fashion future. I will never forget their words. Start at the top with the best and stay there. I'm saying the same thing to you this evening. My profile is out there so you can all read it, basically. So I'm not going to spend the time now telling you all about me, because I really feel that this is about you. It is important for you to become your own brand. In other words, develop yourself as if you are building a brand. I'd like to give you 6 tips to consider. Be imaginative, like a Christian Dior. Building a strong brand starts with building a strong vision of who you are. It entails creating your own world in which you explicate the unique, distinctive relationship between how you approach business associates and how you want to satisfy their needs, ambitions, and aspirations. A good appreciation of how you interact will form the basis for a strong philosophy that ultimately will become your signature. Be creative, like a John Galliano. A constant flow of innovative propositions is the strongest way to make your philosophy tangible. This requires an open mind and a willingness to experiment with many different kinds of mediums, such as movies, books, fabrics, techniques, cultures, social media, and much, much more. Never stop searching for the new and the not yet done in order to break existing conventions and paradigms. This place can only be reached if you are willing to be standing out in the crowd. Be original, like a Coco Chanel. It is crucial to be recognizable in a competitive market. The only way to achieve this is to stay true to yourself, using your own philosophy as a starting point to innovate. You have to challenge yourself to keep your originality, as this is what provides you with the unique and distinctive market position. Be evolutionary, like an Alexander McQueen. Remaining inspired is a challenge that asks for continuous renewal of yourself. By being capable of observing what is going on and understanding the relevant drivers of change, you will anticipate and come up with new, inspiring propositions that will fit the actual needs, ambitions, and aspirations of whomever you're working with. Be committed, like a Giorgio Armani. Building enduring business relationships is a valuable asset for you to have. Approach every opportunity and job as if it's your life's work, and put all your efforts, passion, and perfectionism into it. This makes it clear to all that you're here to stay. Be inspiring. I'll leave you to fill this in. Never forget where you have come from, and as you grow in stature, remember to lift as you rise. This means lift others as you arise into the top. I don't have masses of pearls of wisdom. However, my life has taught me to be civil and measured to everyone, regardless of their background or how much money they have. I've been prepared to pick up pins, make the tea, sweep the studio. Don't laugh, there were actually hoovers around in my day, and I know what a Dyson is. These things were part of my training. And yeah, I can hear you say, oh, hell no. But you know what? I said exactly the same thing at first. Picking up pins without a magnet makes your fingers really agile. And it's a great asset when you're actually sewing really intricate details. And yes, it saves money in buying more pins. Making the tea, look, the fashion industry can become really, really thirsty work. And unfortunately, gin and tonic isn't a usual beverage in the studio. Well, not before lunchtime anyway. Sweeping the studio. Until now, I cannot work in my studio unless it is spotless, which means I have no worries about getting any marks on any expensive fabrics. Why was I prepared to do all this? Simple. Because I had a plan. I already knew that I would be one of the best couturiers in the world, and that I would work with the most talented people in the industry. And frankly, I was prepared to do anything to reach that goal. I moved effortlessly from rundown studios in the East End to royal residence, celebrity homes, events without missing a beat. I speak at the World Economic Forum, World Bank conferences, business women's seminars in Pakistan, sit on government boards, address artisans from Papua New Guinea, Ethiopia, Mongolia, Peru, South Africa. I mentor young adults, and the list goes on. I can do all this because I have decided never to stop learning, contributing, or being relevant. Today, I'm a global citizen with choices, and old. Regardless of how I am described and by whom, I am, and I will always be, Avis Charles, the daughter of amazing parents who believed in my dream and allowed me to pursue my vision. To my daughter, however, I'm just the old dressmaker that hasn't finished her alterations yet, but you know what? That's cool as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I leave you with the words of a humble man and a great leader, Nelson Mandela. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. I wish you all a great future and a wonderful evening. Thank you.